Castles, cathedrals, and medieval cities are indispensable in Minecraft. For myself, I aim to build as realistically as possible. For this video, Jezzacraft and I traveled through half of Europe in search of medieval inspiration. From 100-meter-high towers in Italy to massive castles in the Czech Republic, it was all there. We built the whole city in survival mode on our German Minecraft server. The mountain on which everything was built is not natural though. The mountain is covered with moss blocks and also has raw materials such as quartz. Since 2019, I've been eagerly waiting for the maximum build height in Minecraft to be increased, as some parts of the tower of the cathedral is over 200 blocks high. 2 years ago, I planned a cathedral with a height of 425 blocks, because I hoped at some point the maximum building height of Minecraft would be increased to 512. I also hoped that I would be the first YouTuber who builds such a large structure. Unfortunately, the plan did not work out, and I had to reschedule. On the server, Jezzacraft and I bought an area of an equivalent of almost 1 square kilometer to build a huge city. With that, we were almost broke and had to build almost everything on our own from the beginning. At the beginning, we started building a large cathedral which was made out of very cheap materials. Fortunately, our warehouses were completely filled with building materials we had collected over the last 5 years. Some others were bought from other players utilizing our inbuilt economy. The model for the cathedral was the famous Notre Dame in Paris. The design of this cathedral fitted very well, because the towers were quite low and the building height on top of the mountain didn't allow for higher buildings. The crossing tower reaches the maximum building height and offers a fantastic view over the whole area. Other players often supported us during the recordings. We would especially like to thank Goldkuchen, who contributed over 300 hours to the city. Jazacraft sacrificed 900 hours of her time, while I spent over 1,550 hours on building the entire city. Altogether, it was over 3,000 hours that humans spent on creating this video. Again, a big thanks to everyone who was involved. The effort of this video exceeds any other project of ours by far. It will probably remain the most time-consuming project of us because it is an incredible burden to build 10 to 15 hours a day. We literally sacrifice every bit of our free time over a long period for this single video. Thus, I would be very happy if you share the video with your friends. In front of the main entrance of the cathedral is my marketplace, where I set up several stores. Next to my marketplace, Jazacraft's larger marketplace was built. Since we still had money left over and also earned new money through trade, I continuously bought up new building materials during the building process. In the North City, we built a quarry, for which a whole mountain was removed. tenderly built, and each building has its own theme. Unfortunately, many houses in the city are still empty at the moment because we ran out of material at the end. This is also the reason why we didn't build a port. We would save that for a sequel when our warehouses are full to the brim again. Next to the vineyards, we built a ruined church and a monastery. The river runs over water wheels and runs a large blast furnace. The original is located near the Austrian town of Eisenerz. Even though the original is not from the Middle Ages, as far as I know, this type of furnace has not changed a lot over time. The Red Fortress is the southern fortification of the city. A mighty gate tower blocks the way of potential attackers. The Red Fortress is a new addition to the White Fortress. In front of the city gates are the farmlands. They grow berries, beets, meadows, hops, grapes, pumpkins, cucumbers, cereals, and olives. In the background, you can see the newest part of the city. For the actual fortress of the city, we have taken special care. The buildings stand on Gothic vaults. The facades are very artistic and the furnishings are greatly fitting to a medieval town. The inspiration for this were several castles in Switzerland and the Castle Karlstein in the Czech Republic. The keep is especially high. The upper part of the city should represent half-timbered buildings. The inspiration for this was in Frankfurt and Nuremberg. The name of the city is Novigrad, which means New Castle. There is also a city of the same name in Croatia. The displayed time period is around 1420, while some parts of the city are much older. We locate Novigrad to the northern Italian Alps because we mixed Tuscany style with German half-timbering. The city consists of 3 castles, 73 towers, and 380 houses. The living spaces in the houses should be enough for 11,000 inhabitants, which would have made the city one of the largest in Europe at the time. The mighty gate towers of the city are a striking view. But there are many more towers in the city. The inspiration for this comes mainly from the Italian cities Bologna and San Gimignano, with their numerous towers, which historically displayed wealth. Thus, our fictional city of Novigrad is not only large, but also very wealthy. For trade, it's important to have large warehouses, as a model served here, Regensburg in Germany. For the large cathedral, we had to change the plan a bit, because the height for the towers is not sufficient. We chose St. Stefan's Cathedral in Vienna as a model. Apart from the pattern on the roof and a few decorations on the facade, the church is identical to the original. The problem with the height was solved by the fact that the church towers themselves are displayed as if they are still under construction. By this little trick, we could save a lot of time and resources. And since there were certainly many construction sites in a medieval city, this fits wonderfully. We have spared no effort in this project, so please, again, if you like this video, share it with your friends so that we can create other great projects in the future.